Hi everyone, welcome to Hedgehog Hollow. Today I'm here with the May Ellen Hudson release, Essentials by Ellen by Julie Ebersol. I absolutely love Julie, she's the sweetest lady and I adore this release. It's definitely one of my favourites. So the cornerstone of the release is this beautiful flower here, and I'm going to be showing you a few different cards I've made with this flower. You also get these bold sentiments, the hello and you. You've got inside now, art and you, so really nice to be able to put some things together. Plus you've got the beautiful and the extraordinary in that lovely italic front there as well. To match up, we have the beautiful Totally Random Sayings, Volume 2. So some more of the bold sentiments, some more of the italic, and also some things that we can mix and match with as well. So really lovely set there. We also have the beautiful Buffalo Plaid Builder. So you have the plaid here at the bottom. You also have these three stamps, which I'll actually be doing another video with tomorrow. And also these other pieces that we can use as edges, or we can build up the plaid as well. These are the coordinating dies that go with the flowers. Now, if you watch my channel often, you'll know I don't often buy coordinating dies because I have a scan and cut, but I absolutely adored the 2-word dies here. So I had to have those, so hence I bought the coordinating dies. I also bought the new block alpha, so we've got the A to Z in here. Really nice size for cards. Again, I've got another card to show you how I use that, but you've got every letter in there. We also have the coordinating block word dies. You can use those with the stamps or you can use them individually. Of course, I've linked all of these up underneath the video description for you. And if you're part of the Hedgehog Hollow subscription box, you can also use your 10% off coupon as well against this release. Plus you have a parcel box. Now I haven't used this one. You have the cards and things that fit in there as well. I'll definitely be using this in future, but I haven't used it today. But this is also part of that new release with banners and pennants here, tags, all sorts of fun things you can do on there. You've got this here so you can do like the backwards and forwards figure of 8 to close it up. Absolutely beautiful as well in there. So that's everything in the release. So I'm going to talk you through how I made these 3 gorgeous cards using the release as well. And then tomorrow's video is going to be how to use the plaid builder to make this gorgeous Father's Day card or masculine card. So your amazing dad, and then how I created these as well using those new dies and my liquid chrome. So that will be tomorrow's video, so check that out as well. But today I'm going to talk through these. So for this card here, I took some of the Avery Elle liquid watercolors, and you can see on your screen at the moment how I did that. So I filled each flower with water and then used some of the colors and just dropped them in with a dry brush, the colors on there, and that gives me this wonderful patina in the petals. So you can see here in these finished ones, this one I did with the pink and purples, these two with those tealy colours. I did a more lemon and green up here as I did. I also filled in these areas with a little bit of a wash. And then this one is more in the purples. I heat embossed it using the Altenew glue pad and the Altenew gold embossing powder. It came out really nicely. The wonderful U as well from those new sentiment sets. The background I speckled using some gold calligraphy ink and also the pink Avery Elle liquid watercolour, and I just dropped it on and I added some gold metallic thread underneath on there as well. And then I've just popped that up using my foam. Absolutely beautiful, clean and simple, elegant card on there. Of course, again, supplies are underneath this video, bottom right hand corner, click the arrow over here and you can see all the video descriptions, supply list descriptions even on there for you too. Also, this one I used the Hero Arts liquid watercolours. I've become a real fan of these liquid watercolours because we can do so much with them. So you've seen when you saw me working with the Avery Elle ones on this card, I have some ice cubes, some ice cube pieces. You'll notice also I should point out that this is over the edge, so it just gives it a little bit more interest. So of course this bit is hanging in the air, but it's stuck on really firmly over here. So I keep them in ice cube trays that have a silicone top. Again, I'll link those up for you, but they are amazing because we can put drops in there and we can reactivate them with a little bit of water. They do not leak because of that silicone top on them, and also it prevents waste as well. So on this one, you can see on my Tim Holtz glass mat, I just put out some different colours of the Hero Arts watercolour. I made myself a very pastel background using the same technique, so I covered it with water and then did stripes of colours and blended them together. And then over the top, I've stamped the image here with the Lawn Fawn black, not Lawn Fawn, sorry, Hero Arts dye black ink. And then I've added just a few Nouveau drops in the glitter gold on here just for some little bit of interest. This is using the Altenew wood paper. It's actually a thin piece of wood. Looks amazing, gives some real great texture on there. Black Nouveau dots and that wonderful hello, the bold in there too. Whenever I stick down sentiments like this, I tend to go for, I put down my middle letters, so I put down my L, then I put down my O and my H, and then I put my E and my L down, and that gives me even spacing. So if you work from the center, the two outside ones, and then work outwards from there, you'll find you get perfect spacing on your words and things. So that's how I do mine. But I absolutely love the effect of this ombre in here, so how it fades through the rainbow. Again, liquid watercolors give you so many different options. This was the Avery Elle and these are the Hero Arts, so I'll link those up too. And then this card I absolutely adore. So sympathy cards can sometimes be a little bit tricky to create. But I love how this one comes out. I think it's kind of subtle enough, but it still has that wonderful pop of blue in the background. So the flowers here I coloured using my T's and my C's in my Copic. So I used something like a 1, a 3, a 5 and a 7. So I took 4 colours. These are done, so this is a toner and this is a toner, and these two are done with the cools, so the sea greys. By just mixing in the two different kinds of greys, it just, again, it's not as flat, adds a little bit more interest to the image as well. I added some little silver glitter drops on here just for a little bit of sparkle and texture, but I absolutely adore this background. So you can see on your screen how I created this background. I used the indigo alcohol ink. I popped that onto my alcohol ink tool with my little felt on there. And then I dragged it down the Yupo paper. So I dragged it all the way down. And I quite like how the streaks come out because you get some lights and some darks and things in there as well. And then once you've done that, I moved on to adding this wonderful texture. So again, you can see it almost looks like it's been salted on there. It was kind of a happy accident technique, but I've been replicating it a few different times. So I took my alcohol ink blending solution originally, and when I was actually creating this first background, it was near the end, which is how I ended up with the happy accident. So when there's only a tiny little bit of alcohol in your bottle, you just kind of tilt it to the side and spray it. It almost comes out like a haze. If you mist with a mini mister, first of all, do not do that with the blending solution. Do that with isopropyl alcohol that you can buy from the chemist or in the first aid aisle at the grocery store. But when you kind of spray it using a spritz bottle, you get a much heavier effect than this. This is really, really subtle. And just by kind of, you can see how I've laid my bottle on its side, and as I kind of just squeeze it, it mists across and gives you that wonderful, wonderful texture in there. And then to how I did that the second time for the video was I grabbed my alcohol blending solution bottle, which is actually now empty, and I'm going to keep an empty one. I took my isopropyl alcohol from the grocery store, and this is how I just get a tiny little bit of liquid in there, and this is plenty for one background. So I take the lid, fill it up with the alcohol, take this bottle here, you want to squeeze it so you get lots of air out of it, tip it upside down, and it will suck out everything that's in your lid. Again, I can get the rest of it. Squeeze, turn it upside down, pop it in there, and as I release it, it's sucking up that little bit of alcohol that's in there, and that's the perfect amount for one background. It's a really tiny amount, so much so you probably can't even see it on the screen. But when you're going to do it, you're going to tip it forward so that it just kind of starts dripping out the nozzle. Tip it back so it's horizontal, and then just start spraying and like this, pumping the bottle, and that's how you get that wonderful mist on there. Just a little bit about with a different technique, and you will produce backgrounds. I have another one here that looks like this. Now, if you by accident get one of those droplets on your background, just take your blue foamy felty, put it back over again, and you can go back and have another go at it. Also, if I find that it's spreading out too much, I quickly grab my Ranger Heat It tool. That's just enough heat. That's this tool here, rather than my heat embossing tool. And that is absolutely enough just to stop it going too far. So you will see there that I got some much smaller bubbles, looking at that salting effect just by doing that as well. So this is another piece of Yupo paper. Yupo is an acrylic paper. You can also use the Ranger glossy alcohol ink paper. That works really well too. But you want something that is basically a non-porous paper. So that was all really good fun to create all these wonderful cards. So I have these cards here that I've just shown you, and then tomorrow's video is going to be on this Your Amazing Dad card as well. Thanks so much for joining me for the Elle Hudson release. Do hit that subscribe button so that you catch tomorrow's video, and also click the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get notifications for our videos, and you'll find out whenever we have something new coming out as well. Do give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this new collection, and leave us a comment below on what your favourite card is from this new collection, and we'll see you again very soon. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye!